All right, we are in my new 2024 Acura Integra Type S. I say my new because I just had a new car. It was the Cadillac CT4V Blackwing. I might have went over this in the beginning video. I don't know how I'm gonna put these videos out. We had a couple issues with it. Me and the dealer came to a mutual agreement. I traded it in for this. A lot of you new to the channel might think it's a downgrade, but I actually had my eyes on this Integra Type S from before, like literally since they revealed it, before it hit dealerships. I had a down payment on one, and then I switched, went back to my roots. I test drove it. I fell in love with it. It's night and day difference, completely different than the CT4V Blackwing. We're not gonna get into that. This is just gonna be my first drive. I drove it back from the dealership. I got a 360 camera there. I don't know if it's gonna work. If it is, hello, you're watching me. If not, I got a GoPro going too. We'll try being fancy, switching between the views. But I gotta say, I am thoroughly enjoying this car. And I really hope the audio comes through fine. You know, when this car first came out, well, let's put it this way. When the Integra first came out, not the Type S, I was not a fan of it. And I'm sure a lot of people weren't a fan of it. It did not click with me visually, aesthetically, the numbers, power, nothing really clicked with me. But when they first revealed the Type S model, I fell in love with the visuals, the aesthetics. I fell in love with the way they styled this car. I love Evos. I've owned 3 of them. And when I saw that front hood vent, it just reminded me of an Evo. Everything about the car, I love the visuals of it. And then knowing that it's coming from a Honda Civic Type R, basically accurate version of it, you're copying one of the best front wheel drive cars out there. You can't go wrong. Price? Yeah, people complain about it, but I think Car and Driver, Road and Track, one of them just named it like one of the best cars, car of the year. All right, we got a little bit of open road. Let's do a little pull real quick. Oh man, that feels good. That pulls. That was to like 5.5, maybe 6 in first gear because it was just spinning through. Now, yes, it's front wheel drive. It's not like my Cadillac, the Blackwing, where rear wheel drive, this thing just grips and goes. Today's a little bit cooler out. It says 54, but it is super windy out, so that wind chill is definitely making the tires in the road a little cooler than it would feel. It feels a lot cooler than 54. Why'd I get this car? It's the driving engagement. It feels amazing. It's, you know, you gotta drive one, I think, to experience it. There's gonna be a lot of people out there in general who don't like it. And that's fine, don't buy it. You know what I mean? It's not for you. But if you're even remotely thinking about it, test drive one. Because that's what I did, and I fell in love with it. The shifter, whoo! The shifter feels amazing. I also have an S2000. The end, I've been going through a lot of cars recently, and the end is to have the S2000 and this. So I turned off Rev Match because I just prefer to do it on my own. It's something, part of the engagement, part of the fun that I was just talking about. Let's actually go this way. It's part of the fun that I was referring to. I enjoy downshifting, rev matching, doing all that stuff. So that was the first thing I did was I turned it off. So I can't speak on how good it works because I just turned mine off. But this thing, just look at this thing. It grips. It's taking this corner here. There is a little bit of rev hang, a little bit more than I'm used to coming from the CT4V and then my other car, the S2000. I've heard that the generation before Civic is a lot worse. This one, you just kind of, you can shift quick, but it kind of wants you to shift a little bit slower, if that makes sense, to kind of get it smooth. It picks up quick though. I gotta say, this car, it might not be the best off the line, but once you're going, like that third gear, just 3 and change to 5, it feels so good. It pulls so smooth, so linear. I love it. The shifter, going back to this real quick, because me having an S2000, I can speak about that and mention, because a lot of people compare the S2000, or say the S2000 is like one of the best shifters out there in manual transmission. Throughout all the years, that, oh man, that sun is bright, that the S2000 has one of the best, and it does. It feels amazing. This reminds me of it. Obviously, it's different mechanical feel to it, but the way it shifts, just the notchiness, the tightness of it, the close ratio, even the shift knob. I upgraded my S2000 shift knob, but this shift knob from the factory, I'm pretty sure if I were to put the S2000 next to it, it is very reminiscent of an S2000 shift knob. So I probably would have already had like an introduction to, you know, this car to the channel. This is just a little first drive, first initial impressions. I think the power levels are great on this. I'm someone who loves chasing power though. I've had tons of Evos, M3s that have been supercharged, turboed, upgraded turbos, 400, 500, 600 horsepower. I don't know what this dude's doing. Come on. So I love that chase and modifying. My car that I'm selling now, 124 Spider, I bought completely stock. I'll put a photo on screen. It went from stock to, I'll probably put some more photos on screen, to highly modified. And I'm selling it because I basically did everything that I could do to it. This car, I'm gonna enjoy for a little bit. And we actually want to produce some parts for it. Me and my business partner, hold on. Oh, that feels so good. I also had an RSX Type S, and this is basically the next generation if you think about it, because the RSX is basically an Integra in the US. So this car, I am super pumped to have it. I know the switch down in power, down in some luxury features. I would have loved to have seen this car with cooled seats. I'm not talking about crazy stuff. Like the Cadillac had massaging seats and all that. Like I get that, you know, I'm not wanting that in here. I think cooled seats would have been nice though. We already got the heated seats. The cooled seats probably would have been a nice touch. I'm someone in the summer, you know, it gets pretty hot. That would have been pretty sweet. But now I'm just rambling on left and right. The goal with this car is just to create a lot of content with it, enjoy it, have a daily driving car that excels both in daily drivability and performance and just excitement and overall driving engagement. And I think this car nails that. I think it looks awesome from the initial driving impressions through the test drive and the current drive. I'm pleased with it, more than pleased with it. But as someone who loves modifying cars, I'm looking to open up that exhaust a little bit. Got those factory burbles. We're in sport. Let's put it back to individual. I forget when I turn it off. It's hard to hear. That didn't really do it. You can hear it a little bit. I'll have some outside clips in the future. Come on. There we go. There we go. We got a little bit of burbles going on there. So in individual, I have it so the engine is in Sport Plus, where it gives you those burbles. And you could hear the factory induction, that factory, let it be if it's a blow valve, diverter valve, whatever Acura uses from the factory on the turbo engines. You could hear that factory intake and turbo, both just the whooshing, the blow off or diverter valve going off, the burbles, all that adds to the driver engagement. I'm not young anymore, but I'm super young at heart. I love these turbo sounds. I'm not someone to do something to modify the car to amplify the sound if it's gonna deter the power. In other words, I'm not gonna go put an open element air filter on here to get the, you know, louder induction and blow valve sounds, and it's gonna hurt power. But I would be lying if I said having those exhaust burbles from the factory, being able to hear the turbo, doesn't just add to the experience. You have this amazing transmission, a beautiful power band, audibly, it adds to that driver engagement. Because when you're in the car, you don't see the outside. I already said it looks beautiful. Again, personal preference, I think this car looks aesthetically amazing. The front end specifically is what I love. But inside, when you're driving it, You got the shifter, which is amazing. The steering, which feels really, really good. I have it in Sport, not even Sport Plus when I have it in individual mode. And audibly, just the sounds that it makes, you feel it inside of you. And that's where driving fun and engagement sometimes I think is more important than straight out power. You could have a car that's super powerful, but it might not be as fun on the road. I've owned them and I've had them, so I could say that with certainty. That Evo with 500 horsepower, unless you're on a highway going wide open throttle above 4.5, 5,000 RPM, the turbo's barely spooling. This is a car you can drive going down the street to the grocery store, taking a long trip, or literally just saying, I gotta unwind a little bit, go for a cruise. This is that car. That's what I love about it. I'm excited to bring some stuff to the market for this. We're looking to do some exhaust components, some wheels, some carbon fiber aero parts, because I bought this one completely base model. No aftermarket accessories from Acura was done to this car, and we're looking to do some carbon fiber stuff. So if you're interested in seeing more content on this Integra Type S, cars in general, the S2000, this, and staying in the loop with more parts that we're going to be developing for it, be sure to subscribe, drop a comment, let me know what you think about this color combination, because it was between white with a red interior and this liquid carbon metallic, and I love my dark grays like that. My Evo back in the day, Evo 9 was a dark gray. I had a Golf R that was this color. I had so many cars. I love this color. Let's just scooch over real quick. So yeah, like I said, if you guys are interested, be sure to subscribe for more. Follow on Instagram at Driven District and Type S Society, which is funny because I got that page a while ago. I've been posting on it, and I never got the Integra Type S. But now I got it, so now I can actually start posting some more Type S related stuff on there. And there'll be a Facebook group from a while ago that I started when I initially wanted to get this car about 8 months ago, give or take. It's the Integra Type S enthusiast, performance, owners, whatever you want to call. I'll link that below. If you own an Integra Type S or you're thinking about getting one, be sure to join that group. A lot of good members are in there. I'm always filtering out the spam and everything so we could chat in that group. That'll probably be the best way to stay up to date with upcoming parts and also to get feedback from you guys if you want to see something new to the market. So we're going to end this video. I'm going to have plenty more content on this. This is literally just a first drive. I think it feels amazing. I think the power levels are amazing. I think it just is such a fun, overall fun car to drive. Would it have been cool if it was in a coupe? Probably. But the way the world is going into EVs and larger cars, I won't complain, because after driving it and seeing it in person, I love it. I genuinely do. I'm excited to create more content with this. I hope you guys are too. Consider subscribing. I'll chat with you guys in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks a lot.